Hi crafters, this is Paulette. Welcome to my craft room. Today we are going to be doing the November name tags. We're going to do this really cute little Pilgrim stamp set. This is from Inkadinkado and it's a $1 mini stamp set. When I do my watercolor, I like to use my Stampin'UP reinkers, and I just put them in my art tray. This is the Tim Holtz art tray. And then I can just add water as I need to. The cool thing about this is they work like watercolor and they dry up, and then I add water to them and they come back to life. So I can just use them over and over and over again. The colors we're going to be using today are Close to Cocoa for the hair and the band on the hat, Pumpkin Pie and Dusty Durango for the pumpkin, Blush Blossom for the face, the hands, and the legs, and we're going to use Crushed Curry for the buckle on the hat and for the sponging around the card. I also used Dusty Durango to stamp the little leaf image. And these were all 3 stamps in this stamp set. There's what it looks like. I was tempted to do the turkey, but I was afraid it was going to be too much coloring. But by the time I had to paint the little jacket, it probably would have been about the same difference. So we're just going to get started. And I'm going to start, let's start with the pumpkin. Just quick filling in. The only thing we're going to pay attention to is we're going to leave a highlight on the right hand side there where there is no ink. And when I'm doing this type of thing, I just kind of go assembly line and I do all of the same image. That way I don't have to keep rinsing my brush, and just makes it go quicker when you're doing a whole bunch. For card class, I did 12. And then there were even some ladies that showed up to class that's never been there before, and I didn't have any extras because my baby was fussy the day I did these. So I'm going to do the extras, and then for the ladies that show up that are extra ladies, they can have one too. My baby's helping me today. We got a lot of acid reflux going on. Okay, so I'm just going to rinse my brush out and go on to the next thing. Let's do the hair and the band of the hat next. I'm doing that in Close to Cocoa. And I really like the aqua painter. It's much easier for my old hand to hang on to. But I thought I needed a finer detail, so that's why I'm using this finer paintbrush. This is a number 1 Westwater Enterprises. I used to do a lot of painting with acrylic paints. I used to make little lapel pins every year for the teachers and for my relatives, my aunts and nieces and cousins. We have a couple of different reunions per year, and we do one in July, so I have to do a 4th of July themed project, and then we do one near Christmas, and so then I will do Christmas themed projects. I haven't made any lapel pins in quite a while. I'm kind of out of that phase. That was before I started card making and stamping. Now this is just plain white cardstock. You could do this on watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is a little bit more fun to color on. And you could also do this with watercolor markers or watercolor pencils, even watercolor crayons. When I first started, I had just the Marvy markers, and I would scribble them onto an acrylic block. And when I do it that way, I usually put some white cardstock behind it so I can see the inks. And then you can just add the water to it here and mix it on the block and pick it up that way. And that works really good. I did that for quite a while and then decided that I liked coloring this way. And so then I invested in the Stampin' Up! Reinkers before I ever even bought the stamp pads. You can also smoosh color here into the lid, and then you can put water here and pick up your color from there. But I like this. They're ready to go. I don't have to smush the lids. They're ready to go. They dry out. Then I can add water to them. And they just come back to life, and they go forever and ever and ever. So they work really good that way. All right, let's do the shoes next. I don't have black, so what I use is my Night of Navy. And if you have to, you can add more layers. I find that one layer of it usually is good enough. Don't be afraid to turn your work, however it's more comfortable for your hands. I'm going to do all the shoes, and hopefully the pumpkin will be dry by then and we can come back and paint the jacket in. My baby's going to sleep. Yeah, are you thinking about a little nap? You're so tired. Yeah. Don't fuss too much over your coloring. People at card class loved these. They love them every month. And they think that you've done something really, really wonderful when they're watercolored. And it's so easy. That's what